This is my gun. Fortunately, I don't have much occasion to use it. But that's it. I've had shooting lessons. I know how it works.
Many people reacted to my interview with Adrian Vos, who was brutally attacked on his farm in March this year, and the social media activist Tertia Meiberg-Engelbrecht that I posted yesterday. If you've not seen the interview, I'll place a link below in the description box of this video. What struck me most was that many people who thanked us for telling Vos's story, the story of farm murders, the story of crime in South Africa, this all, of course, on the back of the Ramaphosa-Donald Trump meeting in the White House earlier this week. Thank you for telling the world, you wrote. Thank you for daring to talk about farm murders. South Africa, some say, is like a war zone. We are prisoners in our homes. The call for help is overwhelming. What surprised me most is that you are telling me that the subject of farm murders, the unspeakable violence in the country, is not, as one would expect, on the front pages of every single newspaper in South Africa on a daily basis. People thank me for telling your story, our story, my story, because though I live in Amsterdam, I'm an Afrikaner like many of you. And no, I'm not naive. No, I know that these stories are largely not being told, that they are in many instances swept under the carpet, and that the mainstream media's narrative is to focus on the survival of South Africa's brittle multicultural democracy. Adrian Vos's story is not new. It's not news. It has not been news for many years. I want to share with you something out of my personal life, something akin to a home movie that I dug out of my personal archives. A little film clip shot in 2002, 23 years ago, during a private visit to South Africa. What Donald Trump is telling the world is not a news story. It's been your story, my story, our story, for at least the last 2 decades.
I mean, everybody's house is behind some kind of a barbed wire, a wall, a fence. Every single house has got literally these prison bars on it. I mean, people are really living in a kind of a... Look at these wires here. It's incredible. Look at this house here. I mean, I don't care whether people say these are rich people or poor people. These are just very ordinary people that are living here. It's amazing. Spikes everywhere. With the fencing over there. What's going on? Is there something happening here, or what are they doing here now?
Car just died, so now.
I see, okay.
Luckily, we've got contacts in the panel beat. Yeah, which makes me very nervous. They're pushing us go up and down. It's fine.
How are you?
Oh, no.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Lovely to see you.
That's another borrowed camera.
Darren's got that fucking camera on. Let me take my glasses off.
Well, no, we just thought we'd take some pictures with it. We just drove through the neighbourhood and had a look at all the fencing around people's houses.
Isn't it incredible?
It's unbelievable.
I was going to say to you, you must drive around and look at the fencing. Every house, if they've either got the fence up already or there's somebody busy putting it up.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's terrible.
if you go around the corner, there's just like masses of
All
barbed
you
wire around it,
all
and-
you see is razor wire.
What have you got here in terms of safety and security?
Here we've
Yeah.
got a 3-foot wall and then put up to 6.5 feet with palisade fencing.
And there's a sharp point.
They're sharp pointers. The security people say if the alarm goes off at night, they don't know how they'll get over the gate.
So you've got that. You've got an alarm.
We've got an alarm. We've got a burglar door, a burglar gate, back and front. Then we've got one at the end of the passage, separating the lounge
So you've got
from the
actually
bedrooms.
inside the house. You actually
Inside
have
the house, we
another-
have another security gate.
So in other words, at night time when you go to bed, you lock yourself.
We
in
lock
a
ourselves
corner
into
of
the
your
bedroom,
house.
into the bedroom area.
You lock yourself into your
That's
bedroom.
right. We lock ourselves into the passageway that the 3 bedrooms are off, so that we can walk between the 3 bedrooms. But to get into the rest of the house, we have to unlock the gate.
And you still have your gun with you as well?
Yes, I've got a gun. I've got a 3.8. And Errol's also got a gun. I think Errol's is a 4.5. I'm not sure.
And is your
We've
gun
got
within
2
reach
guns.
when you go to bed? Is it
Unfortunately, no. But because we've got the security gate and all the alarms and security doors, but the guns are accessible. They're kept in a safe.
Is this paranoia or is it reality?
It's reality, unfortunately. We've already had 7 break-ins here. The last one, they didn't get into the house. But because we leave the windows partly open for the cats, I think they thought there was no alarm.
And my cameraman is your son, and he left South Africa 18 years ago. You cried when he left. He told
I
me
cried
the other
when he
day.
left. I'm crying a little bit now because I'm a little bit emotional
I appreciate
about the fact that you're back. And I do
you want
know...
him to come back into this country or not?
I would love him to come back, but it would be a tragedy. Right at the moment, I have an English birth certificate. And right at the moment, my grandchildren are trying to get ancestral visas on the strength of my British birth certificate to be able to emigrate. And I say they go with my blessing.
Now, if your son says to you today, I'd like to come back to South Africa and live here, what would you say to
I
him?
would say you're making a terrible mistake. Making a terrible, terrible mistake. I'm an old lady, Johan. I'm 74. I can't move anywhere. The rest of my family are all here. I'm trying to persuade Geraldine, my other daughter, to go. If I could do it, I would like to see my whole family out of South Africa. But unfortunately, what do you do at 54? Go to a strange country and look for another job? Because that's Renee and Errol's ages. They're in their 50s. Otherwise, I would say, please go.
But that security gate will never be
That,
open.
a security gate is never left open. You know, whether we're home or whether we're not home, it's always closed.
Will you show us the other door as well? I'd like to see
I'll
what
do
you're talking
that,
about.
yes. Please just be careful of the dogs because they're towing the car outside and we're afraid of the dogs coming.
So inside your house,
This gate,
so your bedroom is,
all 3 of the bedrooms are
Okay.
back there. So we all sleep back there.
so at night time you also close
we
this.
close this gate as well. And then through here, we have another security.
And then there's another security gate
Another
through here.
security gate here which is kept locked.
Yeah. And your gun, Eileen,
My gun is in the gun safe.
in the gun
bed.
safe. Would you mind showing us the gun?
No, we can do that. Wall with another about 8 or 12 inches of palisade fencing on the top of it. All the way around.
Does it make you feel safe?
Well, I don't know. People get robbed even with palisade fencing, with alarms. I mean, friends of ours down the road a couple of weeks ago, I looked out of the dog barked out on the veranda, and I looked to see who was arriving so that I could open the gate. And there was a suitcase thrown over the back wall, the front wall. So I phoned our security people. They came. When they opened the suitcase, it had a video machine in it. They discovered a house just down the road had been burgled. These people have been cleaned out. But my friend's son happens to be a security agent. This is my gun. Fortunately, I don't have much occasion to use it. But that's it. I've had shooting lessons. I know how it works. When I had a burglary a few years ago, when I was on my own, and I had a burglary, and I was so paranoid for about 3 weeks after it that I carried the gun with me wherever I went. When I was working in the kitchen, the gun was on the table next to me. Our last break-in here, they actually broke the security door off the front and broke down the front door. And we woke up there. As soon as the door opened, the alarm went off. And Errol rushed out. And they'd actually broken down the front door. We had to replace the whole front door. If at any stage Renee and Errol are both away, and I'm here on my own, then I have the gun out all the time. Oh, look, I'm not partial to guns.
Is it loaded or not?
Yes, it's loaded.
This
The
is...
safety is on, but don't pull the trigger just...
No, I won't do that. And you know how to shoot with this thing?
I know how to shoot as it is.